Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, Sports with Brian Camp, and Entertainment News with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. It only seems like yesterday was another Friday, right? But here we are, another Friday, and we're coming from New York City because that's where we originate live. My name is Frank Allan. Welcome to another edition of the Coffee Hour. We're going to be here for a whole full hour. You and I are together, and we've got a lot of things to talk about. And we're going to get right through this program, and we're going to have you to be part of us. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, this is how the show goes. Of course, as the host, I will throw out the conversation as well. And then as the show move along, you can type in right there on your little keyboard, whatever you want to say, and I will see you right there on the big screen. I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas and everything that goes along with it. I promise you that. And if you're a first time, remember that you're just as important as anyone else who comes in here who has been here from the beginning. And those of you who have been here for all of these years, thank you so much for being along with us. Now, whatever you want to talk about, we have that conversation. Just join in, just chime in and just say hi. You can say hi to others who are in here, and we'll have a lot of fun together. We'll get it all together right here. Yes, it is Friday, and those of you who are going to chime in, remember that if you're going to chime in conversation, I just want to say it in advance, give us your weather forecast wherever you are around the world, all around the country, right? No matter where, all around the world, all around the country, give us that, and we'll get you involved in that. We'll relay all of your weather forecasts to everyone that's in here, because we just like to trade notes. It's not something that is actually mandatory, but we always ask you to do that if you will. So that's the point of the show. And as I said, a whole full hour, all of us together. And we're going to do the regular things that we always do. We have our 2020 feature. Brian Camp usually comes on 20 past the hour. This time around, we're going to have him a little earlier. He has things to want to get out of the way. And we're going to have him on in just a few minutes, a few shakes from now. We're going to have him on live with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And he's got a lot to talk about in that department too. 20 to the hour, the 2020 feature. That's 20 to the hour, part of that 2020 feature. DJ Pete normally comes along. He has the day off, so he left us information that we're going to relay to you on entertainment and reciting all of those birthdays of the people who are celebrating birthdays, people of notoriety, all of that's coming along too. Also, later on in the program, I have all of those movies that you enjoy. Now, I know you enjoy those classic movies, Turner Classic Movies, right? Turner Classic Movies. Now, I have my picks of the week of all of the great movies. They may be more. They may be more that you may be liking, but these are only my picks of the week, and I'll have that for you, all of that later on in the program. So there you go. Remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, The Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and other social media outlets and broadcast outlets. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we're at it, let's raise our cups, because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So, excuse me while I shoot up. Yeah. Here we go. Well, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the weekend. It's going to be a long weekend for a lot of us, at least for most of us, because this weekend is marked the Martin Luther Day holiday weekend, all right, which falls on Monday. Now, his birthday is actually Sunday, the 15th, but the observant day is going to be Monday. So I know there's going to a lot of people be taking off on that day. A lot of people be going to museums and studying about Martin Luther King. My best part of the year, when they have that movie that comes on each year. It's seasonal, but I could watch it anytime I want because I have them in my iCloud. This movie called King, the story of Martin Luther King Jr. And I always look forward to seeing that. But there are a lot of things to talk about, and there's something that you want to chime into, talk about Martin Luther King Jr. and probably what you're going to do for the weekend and the entire weekend. There's a whole lot to do and a whole lot to say about Dr. Martin Luther King. However, he was the leader of the civil rights movements back in those days. And so there's a lot to talk about. So as I said, and as I promised you, I am bringing Brian Camp on right now because, he has to do a few things. So we promised him that we would bring him on a little bit early in the program. So here he is with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And he has a lot to talk about and some good news too on sports. So wherever he is, we'll see him when he pops up. Hopefully he'll pop up pretty soon, but when he gets out here, he'll deliver all of that for you. And that's coming right up. Okay, so like I said, we'll be here up until the top of the hour. We're here every week at this time on Friday. And so those of you who are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the coffee hour. I don't know, Brian, if you're there or not, because I don't, okay, he popped off. Okay, he popped off. I guess he'll chime back in again. He popped off. Something bad connection probably. I don't know, but he'll pop back on and we'll check it out. Okay. So those of you, I don't know what you're going to be doing for the Dr. Martin Luther King holiday, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of things for you to come up with and enjoy. That's these holidays that we have, especially the ones that fall on Monday, these holidays that we do have, they're made for something, right? And it's not just for sitting back, relaxing and drinking beer and cutting up or anything like that. Get something out of that, that holiday. Okay, I think Brian is having a little problem popping up on video today. Maybe he has a bad connection. So hopefully he'll give us a call on the telephone instead. And this way we'll have him on with the latest developments in today's world of sports. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me get it together and let's raise our cups once again. And excuse me while I shoot up. Okay. Hopefully Brian will give us a call. Oh, there he is. He's there. There he is.
Yeah, I was going in and out, so I had to leave out to come back in. So that's what happened. So
I got that. Maybe there's a problem. You got rain out there or a lot of storms?
Oh no, that vicious rainstorm we had last night is gone. It's sunny outside now. It's sunny.
Oh, there you go.
And speaking of sunny, it's 49 degrees. We're going up to the high of 55. So we're better today. Well, we're better every day as long as we get up and be joined by the land of the living. But yesterday it was treacherous. I had to go to Burger King last night and to get a couple of burgers, and I couldn't even see. It was crazy. But it subsided. You might be getting the rain, I guess. I don't know, but it is much better.
We got a little rain this morning, but it's going to subside a little bit later on in the afternoon.
Well, then we took up the bulk of the rain.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, good morning to you and to everybody else out there that's joining on Martin Luther King weekend holiday. His birthday is on Sunday the 15th, but we celebrated on Monday the 16th. So, but in the sports news, the NFL playoffs is about to start this weekend. Check your local listings. So your Vikings are in there, the Giants are in there. Just check your local listings. There's going to be 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and 1 on Monday Night Football. That's the game I'm going to be eyeing on as that Dallas Cowboys, America's team, go against that dude from Tampa Bay, who they call Captain America. What's his name? Brady. This Brady guy. I don't know. Anyway, him.
You just going to say his name.
Yeah. No, he's great. He's one of the all-time greats. He's the greatest at his position, not the greatest of all time, but the greatest at his position. So we're ready to kick off. Also, good news, Buffalo Bills, Damar Hamlin was released from University of Cincinnati Medical Center. As you know, he had cardiac arrest on Monday Night Football a couple Mondays ago. After spending a week in the hospital following his cardiac arrest, he was transferred to Cincinnati to Buffalo and has been transferred to Buffalo General Medical Center, Gates Vascular Institute. Since then, he's been released. He's home. He's relaxing. I'm pretty sure he's going to watch the game, but he's still recovering. So, we can continue our prayers with him, and may he get a complete healing. His health comes first instead of that game called football, which is a brutal sport, but he makes a pretty good living. But we want him to have a normal recovery, a normal life as well. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs for winning their second back-to-back national championship with not only did they win, but they demolished TCU 65-7. That game was over at halftime, but I watched it because there was nothing else on television. So congratulations to the Bulldogs, who went back-to-back championships, and it was regarded as the #1 top team entering to next season. So there you have it. They're going to go for the trifecta, three-peat, as you want to call it. So this day in sports, January 13th, 1962, the Philadelphia 76ers center Wilt Chamberlain scored 73 points in a regulation game. 1982, Hank Aaron and Frank Robinson was elected into Baseball Hall of Fame. 1983, AMA urges ban of boxing, cites that Muhammad Ali deterioration condition. This is when Muhammad Ali was going through Parkinson's disease, and he was his health wasn't doing well, and he was deteriorated. So they decided that there's no need to continue on, allow him to fight. So they banned him. They didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable, embarrassed, and I'm glad they did that because he's an icon. 1999, NBA superstar Michael Jordan announced his second retirement. Yeah, that's the second time. Came back and won 3 championships in a row. Yeah, MJ, the greatest. 2001, Atlanta Hawks retired Dominique Wilkins, number 21, in a pre-game ceremony. Birthdays this day, 1962, Kevin Mitchell, Major League Baseball outfielder and third baseman, was born in San Diego, California. In 1977, James Posey, an NBA forward, was born in Cleveland, Ohio. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the wrap on Today in Sports.
Okay, well, again, I said it last night on the show. I am so happy and ecstatic about the recovery of Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
I really wish him the best. And you still can't stop praying. You still can't stop praying for the man. I urge people to keep, especially for the people who have put the number 3 on their social media page, yes, like I did. I still have keep it up there for a while. Keep it up for a while, and keep the progress. We'll see how he progress over the months and the years, and I'm pretty sure he'll do it. I know you got to run, so I guess we'll catch you back here next week.
Next week, God's willing, yes. Be here, same time, same bat channel, same everything, yes.
Still have that 1960s mentality. I'll catch you back here next week.
Everybody enjoy it. And continue to wear your mask.
Continue to wear your mask. Talk to you next week. Okay, that's ladies and gentlemen, that's Brian Camp, the latest developments in today's world of sports. As you already noticed that we put him on early today because he was in a rush, he has to do anything. We try to be flexible with my guys here if they have to do something or if they can't come in. But they give me information if they're not here so that I can relay it to you. So the sports will go on no matter if he's here or not, or the entertainment news will go on whether DJ Pete is here or not. Speaking of DJ Pete, he's not going to be here today either because he has the day off, but he did give us information that we're going to relay to you. So the beat goes on, We're so glad to have you aboard with us. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. It's where we meet each week, every Friday at this time. And we're coming out of New York, and we come on every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you're in another time zone, look at the clock. Whenever we come on, that's the time we come on each week. Now, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, I want you to take this time to, and I didn't mention it early in the show, but take this time to take the show and tag it to all of your friends. You know, we have a time left in the show, so whatever's left in the show, they can be part of it. Just tag them. They'll see the notification. They'll press it. They'll come on. They'll see you. They'll see me, and they'll see everyone that's involved here if you want to get in conversation. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube, always, please keep in mind that you are welcome. As a matter of fact, I do encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You see that little strip where it says, it's a little red strip where it says subscribe, press that. There's no charge. It's free of charge. You don't have to worry. You don't have to have a union card or any kind of membership to be part of us. And once you subscribe to that, it will give you the opportunity to know whenever we come on live, or we so much as post a photo or video or anything like that. You'll be notified and you'll see it right there, providing you're online to see that. So we'll have that. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, keep telling your family and friends about it. Make that word percolate, you know, shout it from the rooftops, right? And keep following us. We really would appreciate that. Now, those of you who are going to join us in conversation, and I always ask you to do this, it's not mandatory, but again, I will ask you, you know, please give us your weather forecast. We would like to share the weather forecast around the country, around the world, from wherever you're coming from, and we'll share it with everyone. Now, those of you who live in the vicinity of New York City, somewhere in that area, don't worry about that. I will take care of that information for you. As a matter of fact, we're going to do that right now. Give you the weather forecast on what we have. Now, the way it looks today is that our temperature presently is 54 degrees. That's what we have right now, 54 degrees outside right now. And we talked about rain in the forecast. It subsided, I think, in New York City. I don't have a window nearby, so I really can't see, but I do know it's cloudy. And over the weekend, it's going to be dry. So it looks like this from the beginning. It's going to be cloudy today. We'll have a high around 55 degrees, and winds will be west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, cloudy skies. This evening will be coming partly cloudy. Good news, right? Breaks patches of blue there. And after midnight, that'll happen. We'll have a low 33 degrees. And winds will be north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For Saturday, we have mainly cloudy skies, temperatures nearly steady in the mid to upper 30s. But it doesn't say anything about rain for Saturday. So they may be peekaboo sunshine out there. So keep that in mind. But you can leave the umbrella home. It's going to be okay. Winds will be north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Saturday night, if you're going out on the town, having dinner or something like that, leave the umbrella home, mostly cloudy. Low 31 degrees, winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. I don't want to leave the umbrella home because a lot of people just like to carry the umbrellas in their bags, rain or shine, so they'll be ready for it because, you know, Mother Nature has a way of throwing the curveball every now and then. For Sunday, as you head out to church, it's going to be partly cloudy skies. We'll have a high around 41 degrees, and winds will be north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Sunday night, clear skies, low around 30 degrees, and winds will be north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And for Martin Luther King, the observant day, as I said, and as Brian said, Sunday is the day. The 15th is the actual birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King, but the observant day looks very, very nice out there. Mainly sunny. We'll have a high around 46 degrees out there, and winds will be north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So the weekend doesn't look good. It's going to be remaining dry. We get the beginning of the day of rain, but again, mainly dry, so it all looks good. And repeating our current temperatures, we have 54 degrees outside, and it's cloudy at the moment. Thank you so much for being along with us on this Friday, where we, of course, we have a lot of fun here each week. And you guys have no idea how much fun we have around here. And we have fun doing the show as well, as hopefully that you enjoy the show as well. And so many things to talk about. I don't know what you're going to do for the holiday weekend, but let me make a few suggestions, you know. go online and study the history of Dr. Martin Luther King. Now, a lot of you are young and weren't there when the assassination went down and weren't there through the civil rights movement and things like that, but you could know as much as anyone else just by studying. Go on Google and check it out and just learn, and get the real results, the real story behind Dr. Martin Luther King. And then again, as I said, that movie, I'm not sure what channel it comes on. I guess you'll have to do like I do, just search around, fish around for it. But I know it usually comes on I think it's what channel. Well, I can't remember the channel, to be honest with you. But I do know it comes on each week, and it's like a 2-part kind of a thing, which they really show in one big bulk and one big day. And it's called King. It's a movie, I think it was released in the 70s, I believe. And it's a classic movie. It's on every year, and it's seasonal. But I get a chance to watch it whenever I want because I have it in my archives, and I'm sure a lot of you do the same thing. And then I think if you don't catch it on TV, I'm pretty sure you can catch it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they have it on YouTube in full length. Hopefully they do. I haven't checked it out myself, but I'm pretty sure they do. And so there's so many things to do and a lot of things happening. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, excuse me while I shoot up. Oh boy, that's delicious. That is so delicious. When we were on the show last night, Talkback Live, just in case you guys didn't see it last night, we're on every Thursday at 8 p.m. And just in case you weren't with us last night, we mentioned to you before we went off the air. And I didn't get and as soon as I got off the air last night, I got the news. The big news right now is that Lisa Marie Presley, a singer-songwriter and the daughter of Elvis Presley, passed away. She passed away Thursday. Now, they rushed her. The story that I got when I went on the air yesterday, last night, the story that I have gotten at that particular point is that Thursday morning, they rushed her to the hospital because she was under cardiac arrest. Now, at the particular time, I didn't know if the story was true or not because the first people who broke that news allegedly was TMZ. Honestly, I really don't trust TMZ. I know it's I guess it's an outlet a lot of people enjoy. It's popular. They have their own TV show. But I remember the last time they broke news, which was false news. And I'm not saying it was really their fault, because sometimes news have a way of roaming around and rumors about these situations roam around. And by the time it gets to some place, it becomes real news, which really isn't real news. And then, it's false news and they have to retract it. So when I found out that information, TMZ reported that, then I looked, which is the wise thing to do, look on other places. You ever notice when you go on Facebook or other social media outlets, they have news out there. And the way you can find out whether or not the news is true, if one person posts something and you look around, you keep scrolling down, you see if anyone else got that. And you don't see that, then chances are it's not true. So that leads me to go to other outlets, Google other outlets to see if it's true. And if it's not, then I don't broadcast it on this show. But when I found out the news last night, I said, okay, I'll look at it and see what's happening. And CNN reported it, Gospel, and Yahoo did, and other news. So I said, okay, fine, it's okay, broadcast. Now, on the air yesterday, it was just a matter of her being in the hospital. And if you were watching yesterday, if you remember, I said, we don't know the conditions of her. We only know that she went to the hospital. We don't know the condition. And sure enough, when I got off the air last night, immediately after I got off the air last night, I learned that she had died. And so that's the story right now. And this is a message that Priscilla Presley, the mom, had left It is with heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter, Lisa Marie, has left us. She was the most passionate, strong, and loving woman I have ever known. And we are asked for privacy. They're asking for their privacy as we try to deal with this profound loss. Thank you for your love and prayers. And that comes from Priscilla Presley. Now, as you already know, that Lisa Marie Presley became the sole beneficiary of Elvis Presley estate at Graceland, you know. And so I would imagine now Priscilla is taking it over. I would imagine I guess she would be the next person, the logical person to take over right now. But it was all willed out to Lisa Marie. And Graceland, as you already know, is a place where a lot of people, they come from out of town, from everywhere, and they visit that place, which was a place where Elvis used to reside in his early years. And now it becomes a museum. People every day go and they check it out. They look through. I've never been there myself. If I ever get that way in Memphis, I will definitely do that. But now that she's gone, I believe that Priscilla is going to take over that franchise. Now, Lisa Marie Presley just died 2 days after the Golden Globe Awards were aired. All right. And there were people, some of the media was there, and they interviewed her. They talked to her about the movie, because there was a movie called Elvis, you know, that was released. And they talked about that. And some of the people who were there stated, and I watched it on the news last night, stated that she didn't look exactly how she normally looks. She had that real robust look about her. And they said that was gone, and she didn't look good at that particular point. Obviously, she's older than we really recognized her back in the early days. She's 54 years old. She had 4 children. One died by way of suicide. Her 27-year-old son died by way of suicide. And now she's left with 3 daughters, or she had left 3 daughters. And so, you know, it has to be a devastating thing. It was devastating to me, you know, because I didn't know if she was sick. And even right now, we don't even know the cause of her death. We only know that she went under cardiac arrest. Now, I don't know if she had a prior heart history, or we don't know, you know. And that's probably one of the reasons why Priscilla Presley say that they need a little privacy. They don't want to release any of that just yet. They know, of course, the family would know that, but I think they just want to keep that under wraps, and we should respect that. So we say, particularly to Priscilla Presley, we send our condolences out to you and the rest of your family, her children. It was shocking. It was shocking. So many people passed away this week, and that just goes back to more people. And here's another person that passed away, Adam Rich. Adam Rich, I don't know if you know him, if you're old enough to remember Adam Rich. Adam Rich, who became the phenomenon with his starring role as the youngest member of the Bradford family in the TV series called 8 is Enough. I don't know if you remember 8 is Enough, starred Dick Van Patten. And Adam Rich was the only, he was the small little cute little kid with a little pug nose and that Beatle-like haircut. All right. And he was the youngest of that family. And well, anyway, they found him dead at Saturday night, last Saturday, I believe. Last Saturday, he was 54 years old, the same as Lisa Marie Presley. Now, Lisa Marie Presley, by the way, would have been celebrating her birthday February 1st. She would have turned 55 February 1st. And no one had mentioned that, but I figure I just mention that to you. Short of her 55th birthday. And Adam Rich, of course, 54 years old. And so they were born the same year. They were born the same year. Also, Jeff Beck, the rock guitarist Jeff Beck, I know him very well. I don't know him personally, never met him, but I know him because of his music. I used to listen to his music in college. He played with a group called the Yardbirds. He passed away Tuesday after suddenly contracting bacterial meningitis. And he died at the age of 78 years old. So we send our condolences out to Jeff Beck and his family, his friends, his colleagues, all the people he worked with, even the people that he played with. He played with great people like Rod Stewart as well. A lot of great people. Jeff Beck at 78 years old. Actress Carol Cook, a veteran actress beloved for her work on stage and on screen, with credits including the 1984 comedy classic called 16 Candles. She was in that movie and a lot of great movies she appeared in as well, and on the screen too. She died, she died Thursday. She died Thursday. Well, actually yesterday was Thursday. So she died Wednesday, I'm sorry. She died Wednesday, and she died from heart failure. She was 98 years old. Now, this lady lived a full life, had a great career, and so she passed on. So we want to send all of our condolences out to all of her friends, her family, relations, all of these people. So many people passed away. They say death comes in threes. So you had Lisa Marie, but in this case, 4 passed away this week. 4. And, we continue to pray for these people because their families are involved in so many things. I can't imagine with Lisa Marie Presley, her daughters, I can't imagine, and particularly with the mom, Priscilla Presley, I can't imagine how they feel. I understand, but I can't imagine it. I don't know what it's like to lose a child, but she did. And I may add that Lisa Marie Presley was the only child between Elvis and Priscilla Presley, the only child, the only daughter between the two. And so now, if there's a rock and roll heaven, Lisa Marie is up there with her dad. And we all know that Lisa Marie also was a songwriter and a singer as well. She followed in her dad's footsteps. And so we send our condolences out. And once again, Carol Cook, the veteran actress, dead at the age of 98 years old. So it's always sad news all around, and we're sorry to hear about it. And we just pray for these people. So, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me while I shoot up. Oh, delicious coffee. Delicious coffee. Okay, we've got so many other things to talk about. And of course, in the news also, you already heard about, it gets kind of confusing sometimes. And you ever watch the news and then you get to the point where they say there's just so much negative news out there that, I have to stay away from news. Well, that's the way I am. As much as I like the news, I like current events, I love history, I love to talk history, I love all of that. But sometimes the news it really gets overbearing. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of other people, all of us in America, living in America and all around the world, there's news all around the world. And sometimes it gets overwhelming till you get to the point where you say, well, something, I'm going to put away the news. I don't want to watch any news. There's so much anxiety. And I don't want to watch the news, so I will turn on Comedy Central or whatever it is, or watch my favorite movie or something like that, just to break up the monotony and just to keep your mind off all of the negativity in life. And I got to tell you, this is a brand new year. We're into our 13th day of the brand new year. And by the way, Happy New Year for those of you who haven't been here in a while. And I haven't, wished you a Happy New Year. I want to wish that to you now. But watching the news, it could be very, very tiring. It could be very, very annoying. And it's sometimes it's hard to process the news. It's hard to process because you don't get a chance to digest when you get a piece of news that's hard in the first place to listen to, and before you can digest it, it's like something else comes up and you're saying, you know, this is, I can't handle this. I can't handle this, and you move on. But I guess I said all of that to say that we already know that our president, President Biden, is under investigation now, which of course he should be. We already learned this week how they found documents, particularly top-notch, top secret documents, as they would say, documents that are they shouldn't even be looked at anyway. I don't know, top-notch secret documents, right? And they found some documents in his office, I think his old office, in his garage at his home in Delaware. And this was like during his vice presidency with Barack Obama. And he had these documents. And now we learn about all of this stuff now. We're just learning about all of this stuff now. And I'm learning about it about the same time everyone else is, you know. So what I report to you is nothing new. It's nothing new. I've got this and I'm learning it just like everyone else. And so now he's under investigation, and we already know that 345/666 Beast Incarnate, he's already under investigation. And just to be fair, it's only fair that since we learned this about President Biden, he should be investigated. The only difference now, the situations between 345/666 Beast Incarnate and President Biden is that President Biden is cooperating with the investigation. He turned in all the documents, classified information, as they would call it, as opposed to 345/666 Beast Incarnate, who did not or refused to relinquish those documents. He was subpoenaed to relinquish those documents. He ignored the subpoena. And so they were forced to hand him a warrant to search his place. And as he would say, as he have said it so many times, ambush or maybe raid his place. I wouldn't call it a raid, because if you're issued a subpoena, or if you're issued some kind of document that states, well, we're going to search your place, if you issue that by higher courts, and if you issue that, that's not a raid. They're doing it legal. The courts, they get a warrant and they hand it to you and you read it. And so they have the right to go in there, and that is not a raid. I don't know why people say it's a raid. It's not a raid, you know, if it's legal. It's a raid if someone comes into your apartment or comes into your place of residence or your place of business and just look around without submitting any kind of warrant from a higher court. You know, you have to have it from a higher court. And that would be a raid. But in this case, it wasn't. But anyway, in any event, that was the difference between 345/666 Beast Incarnate and President Biden. President Biden right now is he's cooperating, but it's sad, and I was sad to find out about this because now it's a total mess. Now they got two situations to deal with, and now the Republicans and the 345/666 Beast Incarnate camp, or his people, or all of his people around him, his lawyers and everything, are going to use this as a weapon, you know. But you got to remember, this situation is totally different. And not only that, it's not just the documents, it's other things that he's being investigated for. I mean, he's got a whole mess of things that he has to worry about, that he's going to be convicted. We don't know. Will they convict Joe Biden? We have to find out. We have to look into all that and see how that happens. We'll have to see. But that was kind of a sad news for me to learn that. And we'll have to see how it all pans out. It's a big mess, a total mess. We're going to get back to that and more. But right now, it's coming up to 20 to the hour. 20 to the hour, and 20 to the hour, as you already know, we already have DJ Pete along with us, and DJ Pete brings his part of the 2020 feature to us, and he has all of the entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety. He's not with us today. He's not going to be with us today, but he have left us his segment, and we're going to do it right now. DJ Pete, thank you. If you're watching, here we go. We're starting right now. Let's start off right now. Max Freeman. Max Freeman. We're going to look up Max Freeman. There's a little chime for you right there. Max Freeman. Okay, Max Freeman was an American songwriter and a lyricist too. And he passed away. We don't know. He's not a household name there. Max Freeman. Max Charles Freeman. Best remembered for his co-writing the song Rock Around the Clock. The Bill Haley thing, right? He was the co-writer of that. Anyway, he would have been celebrating his birthday January 18th. I'm sorry, January 8th. He was born in 1893 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And he passed away October 8th, 1962. And he passed away at the age of 69 years old. So Max C. Friedman, I would say, would have been celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday. And we move along. Now, we talked about Elvis Presley, right? His daughter. And it's just ironic because Elvis Presley celebrated or would have been celebrating his birthday January 8th. He was born in 1935. And yeah, big chime for Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, of course, you known him with all of those big hits that he had. Elvis Presley, they noted him as the king of rock and roll, but as an honest person and a radio personality, DJ, I always had issues with that, but then that's another show. Elvis Presley did a lot of great songs, a lot of cover records too, made it big hits, nice songs like The Hound Dog, Teddy Bear, things like that. Anyway, Elvis Presley passed away. And I remember when Elvis Presley passed away, I remember it so well. It was back in 1977, August 16th, 1977, the summertime of 1977. I remember it so well. He died younger than his daughter died. His daughter made it to 54 and would have been 55. But Elvis Presley died at the age of 42, died so young. And so we say happy birthday to Elvis Presley, who he's only with us through his music. He's only with us through his music. Okay, we move along. Big Al Downing. Big Al Downing. I know two Al Downings. I only know two of them. I'm only familiar with two Al Downings. One is a baseball player. He played for the Yankees. He pitched for the New York Yankees. That's not the Al Downing we're talking about. This is Al Downing, the singer. Al Downing was born in 1940. And it's ironic because this Al Downing, Big Al Downing, was born in 1940. And Al Downing from the Yankees was born in 1941. So he had the name first. This Al Downing had the name first. Al Downing, there we go. There was a nice chime there. Al Downing, let's see. He was born January 9th, 1940, and they called him Big Al Downing. He was an American musician and entertainer, and he received the Billboard's New Artist of the Year and the Single of the Year award in 1979. And he passed away July 4th, July 4th, 2005, and he passed away at the age of 65 years old. Big Al Downing. Big Al Downing. Okay. Okay, let's move it right along. Move it right along. Now, here's someone that that only me and DJ Pete and people in my age brackets, and possibly you, but anyone that's younger than the rest of us wouldn't remember Jimmy Boyd. Jimmy Boyd did that classic I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, but he was at a very young age. I think he was like 8 years old, maybe younger, I don't know. He was born, he would have been celebrating his birthday January 9th, 1939, Jimmy Boyd. And a nice time for Jimmy Boyd. Jimmy Boyd was an actor too, wasn't he? I think he did. Jimmy Boyd was born in Mississippi. And he was born into a musical family. His father, Leslie Boyd, and his mother, Winnie Boyd. And his father, in tune, was the family, was from a family of 21 children of musicians. And Jimmy Boyd, the family relocated to San Francisco, California. And Jimmy Boyd died in Santa Monica, California in 2009. He was a 70-year-old. He was 70 years old. But Jimmy Boyd, there you go. He was born under the name of Jimmy Devon Boyd. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. You probably heard that song many times, possibly this past Christmas, you know, when they had, of course, Christmas time, he played it. Okay, here is another one that a lot of you may know. Jim Croce. Jim Croce, he was born, would have been celebrating his birthday January 10th. He was born in 1943, Jimmy Croce right there. Jimmy Croce was born in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And of course, here's some of his great music. Bad, Bad Leroy Brown, he did that. And other great songs he did. Operator, remember that? Operator, yeah. He did songs like that. I guess I'll have to say it in a love song, something like that. I think that was the title of the song, Jimmy Croce. And again, he died September 20th, 1973. And he was only 30 years old when he passed away. Jimmy Croce. And so we would say happy birthday to him as well. Here's someone else that all of us know, Ruth Brown. We used to say when we played her records, right? They used to say Ruth Brown with a good sound. Ruth Brown, R&B singer Ruth Brown, turned out she was an R&B singer, and then she was an actress too as well in her own right. She would have been celebrating her birthday just yesterday, January 12th. She was born in 1928. And of course, Ruth Brown did those classics, Mama, He Treats Your Daughter Mean, and a whole lot of R&B stuff on the Atlantic label. She had a child with Clyde McFadden. And let's see, she passed away November 17th, 2006 at the age of 78 years old. And Mama, He Treats Your Daughter Me. And a lot of great, you can go on Google, or better yet, go to YouTube and check out her music. Ruth Brown, great R&B singer. I used to play her music when I was a disc jockey. I played her music. All of the classic stuff that she did, all of the classic stuff, even the stuff that's out of print, I used to play. Jay McShann, I used to play his music too when I was a jazz disc jockey. Jay McShann would have been celebrating a birthday the same time Ruth Brown, only he was born in 1916. And yes, indeed, Jay McShann was an American jazz pianist and vocal. He was a vocal musician and composer as well, and a band leader. You know, and as I said, I used to play his music too. And he was born January 12th, 1916, and passed away December 7th, 2006, at the age of 90 years old. So happy birthday, and many, many more on the horizon. Okay, and let's see. And finally, we have Maxwell Davis. Maxwell Davis. Now, Maxwell Davis, let's see what we got on him. Maxwell Davis he sort of looks like Illinois Jacquet, and he played the saxophone too, like Illinois Jacquet. All right. And Maxwell Davis was a musician. He was an American rhythm and blues saxophonist and a band leader as well, and a record producer too. He was born January 14th, 1916, and he passed away September 18th, 1970. And he was pretty much, you know, on the young side, 54 years old. So happy birthday to all, and that will wrap up our feature. That will wrap up our feature for this part of the 2020 feature with DJ Pete. Thank you, DJ Pete, so much. And by the way, DJ Pete, you can catch him. He has a show that you can catch him on. He has a radio show, as I said. He's just bringing up the rear right there. You can catch him on www.radio-airwave.co.uk. You can catch him there Mondays between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Also, you can catch him on WMPG Radio in Portland, Maine. That's his hometown station. And if you can't pick up the station itself, you could always go on the website, www.wmpg.org. And he's there every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m., all times Eastern time zone, and in the USA and Canada. We have birthdays along. I want to recite for you other birthdays coming along. Actor Lehman Hemsworth. He's 33 years old today. Happy birthday. And actor Patrick Dempsey is 57 years old. Actress Penelope Ann Miller is 59 years old. Actress Julia Louise Dreyfus. She's Elaine, who plays on Seinfeld. She's very funny. I like her. She's 62 years old today. Happy birthday to you. No longer with us, Rip Taylor would have been 92. He's a comedian and an actor. He would have been 92 today. Actor, comedian, the late Charles Nelson Riley also would have been 92. And the late jazz guitarist Joe Pass would have been 94. And the late Robert Stack of the Untouchables would have been 104 years old today. And happy birthday to all of you, and many, 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 many more. Okay. Okay, you know, we got all of that clown circus stuff out of the way, right? You watched it. We had to endure that clown circus that was upon us. That clown circus. And now we have Kevin McCarthy, who is now the speaker. I don't know whether I should, you know, congratulate him or say my sympathies, because this show is not over yet. It's going to be a rough 2 years for this. The Republicans are eating each other like sharks. And Kevin McCarthy and other Republicans almost bashed the face in of Matt Gaetz. Did you see that? It was live on TV. He was getting ready to go, and not Kevin, but someone else was getting ready to go after him, and they had to restrain him, and he was using curse words, and he had to put his hand over his mouth, and he was getting ready to bash his face in. The Republicans are really, really eating each other up. And here's something, I have some audio that I want to play for you. Do you remember Ali Alexander? Ali Alexander was the founder of the Stop the Steal movement, right? And Ali Alexander is now tearing apart Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now I have some audio I want you to listen to. It's unedited. The language is not so good, but it's not really hardcore language. And I didn't edit because it would take away from the contents and defeat the purpose of this whole thing. So I want to play, quickly play this sound bite, and I want you to listen to it very well. Okay, I want you to listen to it very well. And let's see if we can play it. Let's see if it's coming on.
The Western tradition, you disrespect America, you know nothing about the founding, go home. Go home. Go home. In the coming days, I'm going to reveal that Marjorie Taylor Greene, in my summation and the summation of lawyers, committed a crime. that crime is going to be handed to the state of Georgia. And the state of Georgia will decide whether they adjudicate that crime or not. The House Ethics Committee and House Rules must expel Marjorie Taylor Greene when this evidence comes to light. Ho, go home. I am done with you. You are lukewarm. I am spitting you out of my mouth. You played me and no more. Everyone will know about your drunken nights because the consultants who have drunk with you will have to choose whether they fear me or whether they fear you. And they fear me, Marge. They fear me a lot more than they fear you. You don't know this thing because you're too new. When you were on the cue boards and masturbating to transvestites in Seattle, I was fighting and bleeding for this country, Marge. I came here before you. I will be here after you. Ho, go home. The Democrats haven't gained one vote. They are not a threat to us. You are a harlot and a liar. You supported Q. You talked about Jewish people, and now you denounce people who talk about Jewish power. Now you want to act like you're not into conspiracies. Girl, go get your teeth fixed. I will not suffer this harlot. I will not be taught vows and loyalty, commitment from a whore. You have got me mistaken for some damn fool, and a fool, Ollie Alexander, has never been called.
You know, if he has so much dirt on her, and this was done some time ago on a podcast, if he has so much dirt on her, where's the evidence of what he has to say? I want to hear about it. I haven't heard anything about it since. But the point is that everybody is going after each other. So we want to find out what the dirt is about Marjorie Taylor Greene. The beat goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a long 2 years for the House. A long 2 years. And 2024. Now you got two people who wants to, well, we got one we know that wants to run for president. And then the other one, we have to wait to see what happens. They may come on a face-off. We'll see. But it's going to be a long, long road. The long and winding road. Stock up on your popcorn because the clown show continues. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have for you the great movies that I always tell you about, and I have two this week that I think you might be interested in, directly from Turner Classic Movies. You know, I like to display those. My picks of the week for the weekend, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll start back to 1974. It's not a black and white. It's not a classic, but I think you'll like it. It's called Superfly with Ron O'Neal and Sheila Fraser, and that's on Turner Classic Movies. You can catch that Saturday at 2:15 a.m. Eastern. If you don't get a chance to stay up that late, you can DVR it and watch it at your own convenience later on. And again, that's Superfly. That's 2:15 a.m. Eastern. That's Friday night, Saturday morning. That's, I guess you could say technically tonight. Check it out. Okay, White Heat from 1949, James Cagney, Virginia Mayo, and Edmund O'Brien. It's a great movie, a black and white movie, a classic called White Heat. On Top of the World, Ma, here we are. And that's Turner Classic Movie on Saturday. You can catch that Saturday afternoon at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. Everything I give you is Eastern. That's White Heat. And I think you will like that movie. If you go to Turner Classic Movies, you can find other movies. Now, these are only my picks of the week. Only my picks of the week, but you can find other movies that you may like. And if you do, you can go there and you can watch them and have a good time with them, you know. But these are only my picks. So go to Turner Classic Movies, scroll through the program guide, and you'll find more possibly that you may like. And if you don't get a chance to watch these movies in real time, again, you could watch them by DVRing them and then watch them a little later. So I hope you get a chance to watch these movies. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for me. I really enjoyed doing this show. I hope that you enjoyed having us along with you. We're going to be back with you Thursday. Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. We're there with Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He will have all of that for you. You and I will be in conversation together, and we invite you to be there as well. You can talk back to us as we talk back to you. And of course, in the contents of that program, we'll have other things like presenting you with movies such as we had just done this now. Other than that, I am going to come back here next week, right here on the Coffee Hour. Brian Camp with sports, DJ Pete with entertainment news, and it's all coming your way. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this long weekend, holiday weekend, Martin Luther King weekend, celebrate it and learn more about the man himself. Until then, you have a wonderful long weekend, a great day, and I will see you back here soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allen. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.